What is up, guys? This is Colonial Puppet, and this is going to be a tour of West Egg City. This is like the first city I ever built on Minecraft. Some of the first buildings I built on Minecraft are on here, obviously. Started it on the Xbox. I'm actually on the PC right now. I couldn't get the capture card working for my Xbox, so I just booted up Fraps and I'm recording it on the PC. There will be downloads to this world in the description, as well as the original. I had released a download video not too long ago. Most of you have probably seen that. If not, it will be in the description as well. But yeah, I'm going to give a tour of the city, and this is like the spawn point. But yeah, I'll give a tour of the city. I'll give a like history of everything. Starting off with the spawn here. If you're on the Xbox, it'll probably spawn like on the roof like this. Unfortunately, that's how it is. If it was up to me, I would let people spawn inside the building. This is supposed to be like a spawn station or whatever. And it was actually built. There's a big underground area. Yeah, but I'll show the outside first. I'll do like a zoom around. Pretty cool looking. This is one of like the newer buildings. This actually all used to be a big pit of sand, which wasn't TNT'd out. It was actually completely mined out and used to as glass and sand for some of the buildings. But if you go inside, you'll see that there's a big underground. That was all mined out by hand. This was all mined out by hand, that is. And I'm gonna quick do this. Options, difficulty, peaceful. Get rid of that spider. This is like the hub, I guess. The underground rail. See? West Egg, as in West Egg City. These are all the different stations throughout the city. Like for instance, West Egg Tower, Nether Center, Downtown, West Egg Business Center, Sandcastle Suite. That's the first building ever built on this city. World Trade Center and Fox Architecture Firm. Those are all the stations there are on the city, and they're all connected, interconnected through this underground rail system, which starts here at the spawn. I'll do like a zoom around. There's just some random platforms every once in a while. So this building's relatively new. It's not like one of the first buildings I built. It was built mostly, I think, with the duplication glitch. A lot of the first buildings were actually built by hand, no duplication. It was all just hand mined and hand built. But then after that, there was a duplication glitch, still on survival, and then a lot of the newer buildings were built on creative mode. But a lot of it is survival, and I'm looking for minecarts. Just gonna get a bunch of minecarts. Probably should have done this at the beginning, but oh well, because we need a lot of them. But this is mine system, or the rail cart system. So come down here, put your little thing down, and press the button. Don't break it, like so. And this takes you, I forget where. Okay, it takes you to here. There's like these stations. They could get a little annoying, but there's like this kind of three-way. I'm gonna go here first though. Down there is West Egg Tower and downtown. But for now I'm gonna take you to the Sandcastle Suites. This is like the first station coming up. Alright, oops, left shift. So this is like the first station. Actually, no, it's not. It's gonna take forever. Actually, this is a good place to step off. This is the this is like the main part of the city. This is the Nether Center, because this was like the second building ever built on the city, the Nether Center, and it's called that because it has a Nether portal, which when it was converted to the PC, it kind of went out. But this is what it looks like. It's pretty cool. Has this cool like little sky bridge connecting to the West Egg Tower, which is right here. This is one that was built on creative mode. I actually took out a bunch of really old buildings to put this up, but it has really cool underground and everything. I'll show you that later though. So this is the second building ever built on this map. It was actually built from leftover cobblestone for this building right here. This is the first building I ever built on Minecraft, the Sandcastle Suites, and here's its own. It has its own little subway station. The first subway station built on the city. I actually didn't build this, I forget who did, but someone kind of dug underground and started making a rail system, and I finished it. But yeah, pretty cool. And if you go up here, here's the entrance to the Sandcastle Suites. That's interesting. I don't know what's causing that. Alright. But pretty much I started this world 3 years ago. I remember it was on easy, so I was like dying. I was getting hit by zombies and whatnot. And I like ran to here. There's actually like a lava pit right here. And I built like a little mud hut right here and immediately started digging the basement for what would later be this building. And I'll go into the basement now. Put some carpet in. Pretty cool. But yeah, this is like the first thing I ever built on Xbox. This like little cellar, and these are all used for storing. You can see there's still pieces of what I used to build this. But yeah, this is where I'd store all the stuff to build this building and other buildings. As you see, this is -32. That's probably left over from the duplication glitch or whatever. So yeah, pretty cool. Then this was connected to this like little outdoor restaurant right here. Or actually, you have to go up one more. This is like an outdoor restaurant. And the thing is, this was like just to kind of give a scope of how like altered the land was. This wasn't really built. It was kind of carved out of a mountain. So there used to be a mountain like right up against here, and I carved it out and built this. I had to like also smelt cobblestone to kind of fill in if there was like coal or like gravel or something. I'd have to fill it in with stone to keep it all consistent, but most of it was carved out of a mountain, and then I just kind of built a cobblestone frame around it. Glass ceiling. And this was because I didn't know about the duplication glitch at the time, so I had to have a lot of resources available. So I just mined entire mountains to build this. The third building I built was this one over here. This used to be the it was like a building dedicated to keeping all my resources. So instead of keeping it in the cellar of this building, I wanted this to be a hotel, which it is, as you can see. These are a bunch of rooms. So each floor is a single room, and then at the top there's this really cool oh wow, it's frozen. I don't know why it is frozen, but it used to be a pool, now it's a frozen pool. And down here is these cool like little lava pool things, just for decoration. I don't know, I thought it was cool. And then I built this building to store all the resources I thought I'd need to build the city. As you can see, the doors are messed up from the PC port. But the big thing about this building, well, first, I wanted to have the world be sustainable, so I built like a farm, like a pool. This is like and like a little tiny mini skyscraper, which really wasn't used for anything, but it was cool looking. And if I can just go down the slider. The main thing about this building though was this right here. I'll show you at the very top, but before that, also this building is connected to the Sandcastle Suites Hotel. Here we are back in the basement. So I wanted everything to be connected, and for the most part, the city is. It's very connected through the rail system and everything. But there's also like pedestrian tunnels underneath like the first couple buildings I built. So yeah, you go up here, and this was like where I stored everything, as you can see. And each floor like had different objects and whatnot. Has a cool observation deck. I can just go down. Alright, whatever. This is like the cool thing about it. It had a drop all the way from the height limit at the time, which was like 128 meters, to bedrock, which is here, which I thought was pretty cool. Then the height limit raised like twice as much. So now this is kind of short compared to the other buildings, but oh well. Alright, so we're back at the top, or back at the ground floor, that is. But that's the storage kind of building. Then the next building I built was this one, I think, which is just another kind of like hotel area. There's beds and everything inside. Nothing special. Then this building, which is another hotel. There's a lot of hotels in this city. Has beds, or this is more apartments, kind of. In the back is a basement, which I wonder if the dogs actually transferred over. They did not. I had 2 pet dogs down here, or pet wolves, whatever. Those are like the only pets I've ever had on this game, and they live down there. Still in the Xbox version, but they didn't transfer over to the PC version. Then there were 3 buildings over here. There's like a little one right here, a slightly bigger one here, and then in the back there's a really tall building, but those were all demolished and replaced with this big building, West Egg Tower. Pretty cool looking. Pretty neat. Empty. As you can see, it was built on creative because it has all these weird exotic blocks and whatnot. But pretty cool. First like half of the building is steps, so you have to climb upstairs, which I'll just like speed through like this. And sorry if my mouse is kind of getting annoying. It's like right there next to the mic. But once you go up a certain amount, there's a cool kind of indoor forest area for growing plants and whatnot. You actually can look outside. And yeah, at the bottom there's also West Egg City Historical District. So this is the historical district, because these are mostly like the first buildings I built, or at least these couple are. But another cool thing about this building, it has a really cool train station in the basement. I always like buildings that kind of had like train stations and whatnot, and like cool underground features and whatnot, which this one has. Has a couple floors underground, but this is like the train station area. There's the rail right there. You can get your mine carts, place them down, get in, and then it'll shoot you around the city. Pretty cool. It's a little slow. I don't know why. It's a lot faster on the Xbox. Oops. Keep forgetting it's left shift. Alright, so this takes you out to... where is this? Oh, this is the World Trade Center. So here we are at the World Trade Center, WTC. This is the basement of Tower 1, I think. And this wasn't meant to look anything like the actual World Trade Center. The only similarity is that they're 2 towers. But yeah, as you can see, they don't look anything like the actual World Trade Center. It was originally supposed to be, these would be the 2 towers right here. There wasn't this like connector in the middle. It was like, this was Tower 1 and this was Tower 2. But I thought they were too close together, so I just kind of combined them and made a second one over there, which made them a lot bigger than all the other buildings, but I didn't really care. But this was also partly built on survival. And then once creative mode and the height limit increased, I was able to increase the height, because these used to be like half as tall as they were. They had like a roof and everything like it around here, but the height limit increased and I wanted them to be taller, so I just destroyed the roof and then started increasing them upward. But they both have cool cool like little lookout towers or lookout decks. You can overlook the most of the city, which is pretty cool. So these are fairly old, like 2 years old maybe. 3 World Trade Center, 4 World Trade Center, this little one right here. I think this is 5, that's 6, and that's 7. This one also has its own train station, but it's not that. I guess I can go down and look at it. But yeah. I liked, like, I wanted everything to kind of be connected, like how it is now. But yep, really big underground area, and I think the train station is up 1, or is it up 2? I forget. Here it is. Here's the train station. Kind of has a cool balcony, but yep, there it is. I'm gonna get in, see where this takes me. Huh. Oops. God. I just destroyed everything. I just ruined everything. Oh no. Just gotta replace the power rails real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. I'm just gonna zoom down here. So this is the I forget if this is downtown. Oh, this is the architecture firm right here. Pretty cool. This is like one of the newest things built. This was like built not too long ago. You guys saw the speed build of this building. It's on my channel. It was released not too long ago, but here it is. Cool building. Built this like little strip of like many stores and everything. And this big cool looking tower. I don't know. Just felt like placing like an old looking thing here, which has a cool like little bridge to that like mountain area. And you can go to the top if I don't fall, and like look out. And I keep clicking randomly. It's breaking stuff and it's getting annoying. Alright. You can look out to the rest of the city, which is pretty cool. Ow, I can't get out apparently. So I'm gonna have to go back down here. Alright. These two were started by random people. I forget their names. But I kind of finished them and like adjusted them to like look cool in the city. This is like one of the only buildings with balconies. Again, these are all like fairly new. Except for this one. This one's like pretty old. Like these were started a while ago, but they were finished very recently. This building was pretty new as well. Built within the month. Or within last month. Built at some point this summer. This was like this like Acropolis looking thing. This was like one of the first things built using the duplication glitch. My friend actually built it Clayston. He TNT'd out this entire area and started building this, and thought it was pretty cool. Not very city-like, but it's like a cool landmark, and it makes a really cool pattern on the ground with all like the glowstone. It's like kind of checkerboard looking, which I thought was cool. Over here there's like a little tiny one. This was built very recently. This is like, I don't know, where people go to get tickets to like see the landmark. Looks a lot like it, but oh well. Also, another cool thing, I hope this works. See, a lot of things don't transfer over. Oh, it does work. But someone built these cool glass doors, which I thought was awesome. But yeah. Then the first thing I built using the duplication glitch was this building right here. This is an old building. It's like a resort hotel. And I actually had it, I think this is my room. Like this was my room back in the day. And this was like the second building I built. It's like a technology center. Disco. I was a big fan of Disco at the time. Disco Technology Center. Because he did a bunch of cool redstone stuff. And I wanted this to be a place where people can build redstone like contraptions and whatnot. Now this is where I don't remember what building was built next. But I don't think I really, oh, this one was probably. Then this one was built. This is another resort hotel. Has a cool pools on the top and whatnot. Go down here. See, these were like the rooms. Have cool waterfalls and whatnot, and a roof pool. These buildings were built recently, like within the last 2 years. Built on creative. Same with this one. And here is where this was like where I also came to get a bunch of different resources and whatnot. This is like the first mine I found, which is pretty cool. And once we get to the bottom, yep, so Six City main cave. So also a lot of mushrooms like to grow in this world. I don't know why, but yeah, this is where I first got my got all my iron and whatnot and coal and everything to build torches and whatnot. And before you guys can explore that when you download it. I don't want to get lost during the tour. It's been a while since I've been down here. 3 years pretty much. But yeah, this is over here. This is West Egg Business Center, I think. Before that, here's like the sports center. Just some random buildings. That building's new. This building isn't. This is like one of the newer buildings. I think this may have been one of the last buildings I built before starting Titan City. But this was also old. It's like a sports complex. It's actually Spleef Arena. People can play Spleef. I think there's a lava under here. Yes, there is. I'm going to find some snow real quick. Snow. To replace this. Boop. Alright. Same with these buildings. These buildings are pretty old. As well as the bank. The hospital. Which has a... usually that on the Xbox, like it kind of like did a cool like lighting thing. This was the agriculture center. I kind of wanted a farm, but I wanted it to be like a city kind of looking farm, so I kind of built these two towers. This is where I used to store like all the food that was grown like right outside here. So there's sugar cane and wheat and everything. This was before like carrots and pumpkins or whatever it is they have. This building's old, but it got like a facelift not too long ago. It used to be built out of gold, which I didn't really like. And I added this cool facade to it to make it look more modern. This building actually wasn't built by me. I did some modifications on the top. But this was built by some guy named Felix. He's from Sweden. He built this building and that building over there. This one. The thing was, he built like the middle section, and he built these like weird things coming off of it, but like that was it. So like I filled this in connecting like the middle section to this outer wall. So it used to be like this outer wall only, and then like connecting up here, but there's nothing in between that. So I filled it in with like floors and whatnot. But it looks pretty cool. Put helipads. There used to be Swedish flags here. You can actually like take off the carpet if you want those. But I thought it'd be cool if there were helipads as well. There's a Swedish flag right here. So 2 Swedish buildings. Which I really like both of them. He did a good job. This building's weird. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's pretty cool. Like it has a weird wall that's like not even connected to the building. It has a bunch of water and lava flowing all around. But it's pretty cool. Has a big pool on top like you saw. I'll be on it because I'm tired. I have to go to work soon too. But cool pool on the top like that. People go swimming and look at the city. Down here. Like I said, I used to live in that one building, but then I got a room here. Which is actually a secret room. This is my room for the longest time. This building, actually I'll tell the story of this. So this is my room. It's like in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by lava and covered in water. But And also this took forever to fill because it was a pain in the butt doing that on survival, that is. But this used to be a mansion. There used to be a mansion on here, like right on this area. But the thing was, like, these buildings aren't full scale, so it just kind of looked weird and like oversized. So I destroyed it and replaced it with this building, but I kept my secret underground room for some reason. That's why it doesn't really seem to match up with anything. There used to be like a stairs here or something that like actually matched where this hole was. It used to not be like hidden like that. But yep, pretty cool. This building was started by Conservative Me, I think. He started it. I kind of built this thing around it. It's a pretty cool building. It's one of the most unique buildings. It's kind of small, but it has like a cool like wooden finish. So Conservative Me, that's like his name. Here's your building in its completed glory. This building's also kind of weird. It's like a stack of like poker chips, kind of like overlapping like that, which I thought was pretty cool. And at the top it has this cool like stair area. I'm yawning again. But yeah, you can look at the whole city and everything. Really cool. What else is there? This used to be the suburbs kind of area. There used to be like little houses and whatnot, but they kind of looked out of place. Here's the fire station. Right here. Kind of got a makeover recently. It looked a lot worse than this, if you can believe it. This is my least favorite building in the city, right here. Don't know why I kept it, but it's here. It's part of the history of the server. This old abandoned building, creepy building. This one was built using I think this was built using the duplication. This wasn't built on creative, but it looks like it was. This is a pretty cool building. It's like inspired by like Japanese buildings or whatever. Has like this cool designs on it and whatnot. This building is actually modeled after a building that was demolished to put up West Egg Tower. This is kind of like a spiritual successor to that building. You may see it in like some of my older videos, but there it is. Pretty cool looking. These are all new though. These are all like really new. This one was weird because like I had to use stairs to like make these weird square patterns, which I thought was pretty cool. This one also has a cool pattern on it. Just a bunch of cool pattern buildings. I think that's supposed to be a library. And at the end, someone built this weird thing. It was unfinished though, and I didn't know what to do with it. I think Felix built it. I'm not sure. But I kind of turned it into this cool hill area and gave it 2 little towers on either side. Now it's like another cool kind of landmark area. And again, this is like downtown. But everything's connected, like I said, with the underground rail system. Boop. So if you wanna, I don't know why it stops. Oh, Jesus Christ. It worked on the Xbox, but when it transfers over to PC, they have like little things that are different, which kind of suck because like it ruins everything. Like I can't get on. Like people who want to download this are going to have to kind of tweak things if they're on the PC, unfortunately, because I didn't have time to test it out. But go down here. Boop-a-doop-boo. And this is the business center, I think. Yeah, this is another building that I have a time lapse of right here. This is the basement. Actually, I had to extend the basement down. Also, I don't know if I still have it, but I think here. Yeah, here. This is where I used to store other stuff as well. It's kind of blocked off, but another part of the history of the city. This is where I used to store a bunch of resources for when I was building stuff over here, which is pretty cool. But you go up here, And this is the basement of this building. It's the tallest building in the city, right here. It's empty, so if people want to download it and use this world as a like a economy server, they can use this open office space or whatever. It has really cool overlook of the city. It's pretty cool. Here's the entire city. I'll just zoom over it because this is pretty much the end of the tour. But yep, pretty cool. If you guys want to download this, there are download links in the description. It's a pretty cool city. It's the first city I built. It's a lot older than Titan City. It was started on survival, which is pretty cool. And that's pretty much it. This has been Colonial Puppet. Thanks for watching the tour of West Egg City. And other than that, have a good day.